You are nearly done with level 2. Let's wrap it up with some real world problems. So all we are doing on this set of problems is just identifying the key words to determine the operation. So operation, remember, add, subtract, multiply, divide. We just want to try and understand what the problem is asking us to do as far as the operations, whether we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing the decimals. So that's all we're going to do. If you would like to do these as practice problems too, you are more than welcome to after this video, and you can check with the answer key. That is totally up to you, but all we're doing is identifying the key words to determine what operation it is. So that's all we're going to be writing, and you'll see I'll kind of leave it up here so that way you keep your space if you choose to work on these as practice. So first one, there are 131 pepperoni and 132 peppers in the refrigerator. Melanie placed 122 more peppers in the refrigerator. How many peppers are now in the refrigerator in all? Okay, so I'm definitely noticing the in all here. You might have also underlined more, and those are key words for addition. Okay, and as I'm doing these, you might notice some of these words or have some of these ideas yourself, so kind of be thinking about that as we're doing it. So see if you can guess what it is in your head before I reveal the answer. Okay, but that was an addition problem, so you'd be adding up the peppers. And it said how many peppers. Okay, so one quick thing before we do this next one. This one's talking about money, and I just want to give a quick reminder that when you're dealing with money, it always has two places behind the decimal point. Now, the only time that's not the case is when you end up having a whole number. Like, let's say your answer ends up being 125 exactly. Well, you don't need to put 125.00. Okay, but let's say you end up with your answer of 9.5. Well, we don't put the dollar sign and then 9.5. We put dollar sign 9.50, right? Because it would say 50 cents. So just make sure you're always using two places behind the decimal point unless it's a whole number. All right, let's jump into this one. It says Tobin's Pizza lunches cost on average $14.50 per meal. How much would 12 meals cost? Okay, so one of the key words in here is the word per. Okay, that per can either mean multiplication or division. So you kind of have to read the context of the problem to figure out which one. So this one is saying $14.50 per meal, and then it gives us the number of meals. So that means I can take these 12 and kind of almost like put it in place of the word meal here, and we're basically saying $14.50 times 12, okay? Because they give us that information. If they didn't give us that information, then it possibly would have been division. So this is a multiplication problem, okay? Again, if you want to do those for practice later, you can, but moving forward, a truck driver for Tobin's Pizza drives for a total of 179.3 miles in 5 days. In a 5-day work week. How many miles did he average per day? Now there are several keywords here, but I'm focusing right here on average per day. So there's that per word again. Now it could be multiplication or it could mean division. Those are the two choices. Well, because of this word total here, you may want to underline that. Because of this word total here, that means I'm starting with this amount and I'm breaking it down per day. So I want to know on an individual day, I know how many you did total in all 5 days, but on just one of those days, about the average of how many miles he went. So this is a division problem. You're breaking it down. You're not taking the 5 times that total miles. You already know the total, so you're working backwards. Last one here. During your Tobin's Pizza serving shift, you had a customer pay for their check using a $20 bill. The total cost was $16.98. How much change do you need to give your customer? So yes, they have the word total in here, but this keyword of how much change is really key. Where did my underlining go? Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. How much change do you need to give your customer? So this is going to be a subtraction problem. Anytime you're dealing with change, it's going to be subtraction. You're taking that 20 minus your $16.98 to see, after they paid it, what change do they get back. So again, if you want to do these as practice problems, you're more than welcome to. If not, that's okay, because all this was focusing on the key words. But what you can do is If you don't want to move on to those practice, you do have some actual practice problems that you do have to do that where you are going to figure out what you're doing as far as operation and then solve. So you have several of those. If you notice down here, they always say check your answers with the answer key. You can do that as you go or at the end, but you need to make sure you have checked all those problems and then get a teacher signature before moving on to your level 2 formative assessment. Good luck and do the practice that is best for you.